kill! Penta for double! Penta kill, double in! Oh, look at the cleanse, look at the moves! What was that?
Hey guys, welcome to today's episode of Riff Rant. I'm your host, Leonyx.
And I'm Moon, and today we have special guest Schuyler Wints Winters, a LoL eSports freelance journalist. And today with him we're going to discuss IEM, his presence on the Rift, and then later play a game analyzing team comps.
This is your weekly dose of eSports. So IEM just happened this past weekend. Some upsets, some sad stories, but also some victories for our home region of NA. Comments, thoughts on the entire event? Schuyler?
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's safe to say that TSM is the best team in the world right now, right? Overall, from IEM, what I took away was the disparity between regions. All of them, including Taiwan, has shrunk a lot. I don't think you can say that Korea is as far out in front of the rest of the pack that they were the last 2 years.
Yeah, and we've continuously talked about something like this and in previous episodes of Riff Rant. How about closing the gap in skill, the level of skill. I know that it's maybe stepping a little bit over the boundary of like, Korea is that bad or something like that, right? But I feel like a couple months ago, I've talked to like Nian Tanso about, are we actually gonna have a chance this upcoming season? He's like, you know what? I think we do.
Yeah, everyone said that this would be the season where the gaps would be closing a lot, so it's definitely showing that it's true.
Yeah, I don't know if that's just kind of like a white dream of, NA's catching up, or Southeast Asia is not going to look like just some other region. I know EU didn't do so hot. 0-2 and a 1-2.
Yeah.
I was kind of expecting SK to win.
I was
against
expecting them to
Wolves.
be top, like in the final round at least.
Yeah.
I didn't expect I mean, I'm glad that TSM made it, like home region, yay, but I didn't expect it.
Yeah.
What do you think about the entire format of the tournament? Because like the best of ones and the best of three.
Well, I mean, I think it works effectively when you have to cram an entire international tournament into one weekend. So they have a pretty big challenge just right out of the gate because of that. I think best of one is very difficult because, I mean, as we saw a few times, you don't always get the best team necessarily. But I really like the idea of the losers bracket. And overall, I mean, I think the format gives teams ample opportunity to sort of test their mettle against other teams, and realistically, I think the best teams from the tournament, whether they're the best teams in the world at the moment or not, is totally up for argument. But at the tournament, I mean, I think the best team won, honestly.
Did you have an expectation of which teams would make it to the finals before the tournament started?
I mean, I thought GE was.
That's everyone.
Yeah.
That's literally everybody.
Then did you have an expectation of the team that would go against GE?
I thought it was pretty up in the air. I did not think WE would be anywhere in
near the
final.
final.
I know. I didn't either. No.
I mean, they're one of the worst teams in China, so like
bottom seed beat top seed, like that's.
It was a really surprising tournament. It made it super exciting.
I think it was one of those testing the waters of, we can take down Achilles because GE Tiger is like, they don't have a single loss in their own region, and then actually coming to an international tournament, being like the undefeated of predominantly the best region in the world. I think it was definitely an upset, but is it an upset to the fact that like, they completely were outplayed, or was it just that day?
Or was it them not respecting their enemy?
Exactly.
It's from just that, you can't say like, oh, now we know that Korea is not the best anymore. It's more of like, did they take it seriously, or did they make a mistake in their team comp choice?
I mean, from what I saw in terms, we're talking specifically GE, WE.
Yeah.
I think the first game, WE got off to a tremendously great early game. So GE came back sort of as everybody predicted they would. And then the second game, it was pretty much even up until about 20 minutes. And they slowly started to take sort of the mid and late game, map movement objective. Their focus in that was actually better than GE, which is where you thought GE would win the game.
Yeah, that's what I thought they were good at doing.
Because that's how they were able to do it in the first game. They lost the early game pretty hard, and were able to just come back. And I also think that something that didn't really get as much attention was the specific sort of mechanics of the team fights. The team fights in Game 2 from GE were woeful. Just really bad positioning a lot of times. And then, I mean, like Game 3, when they were getting this lead and the casters were like, is this really going to happen?
Like, I'm going to quit my
Am
job.
I dreaming?
It was unbelievable. So yeah, but then, so you take that and you say, yeah, WE pretty much, I mean, they won the early game in Game 1, lost that game. Game 2 was pretty much tied. They won that game. And then they, just steamrolled Game 3 because of an early game victory. So they win that 2-1. All things being considered, it wasn't even like a major, it didn't look like the upset that it was. It looked like the better team won. And when you take into consideration that, and then TSM looked equally as capable and deserving when they beat WE. Mm-hmm. So then when you're doing the power rankings and that sort of thing, it's like, who's better than who in what region? Is TSM really the best team in the world? Because I mean, it's kind of mind-boggling in terms of where everything is sitting right now internationally. So
enough of the circle jerk about this best of one tournament. I actually think it's one of the better tournaments, even though, like, okay, in one game you don't necessarily prove if you're better than the other team or whatnot, but the double elimination, it gets you that second chance, and then if you do win, you go play against the same team, or you do move on to the semifinals or whatever, the quarterfinals into the playoffs of the actual tournament. I think it's a very good way to judge and gauge the strength of a region. But I don't think it's like the end-all, be-all. Mm-hmm. I don't think GE Tigers should be going home. I don't think InVen or any of those like ridiculous websites are like, oh yeah, CJ sucks because they lost to TSM. I think it's cool. It's one of the first tournaments that I've ever seen Cloud9 to go 0-2 and not really represent their region as everyone expected. I didn't expect them to win against GE Tigers, but I didn't expect them to lose just right off the bat twice and go home.
I don't mean to discredit obviously I'm not trying to discredit the GE Tigers in the gameplay against C9, but it was really interesting how you could kind of see, like, I mean, we watch these players like constantly. C9 doesn't make the kind of mistakes usually in the early game that they made in that game. So I feel like they kind of went into it. I mean, they came into it with an expectation of not doing so well against them. So they just like flunked like really hard, and it was like kind of upsetting. And then obviously GE Tigers closed it out like very smoothly.
All right, Wints, you've wrote a couple articles for LoL eSports. Please tell me how you even got to LoL eSports. How can aspiring writers out there also maybe contribute to the eSports scene? And we'll talk about some of your articles, I guess, right?
Cool, yeah. To answer your first question, sort of how I got here, I moved out to LA because I love esports and I wanted to be closer to everything going on here. And in terms of sort of freelance writing, I had just been doing everything I could to get involved with esports. I had been a fan for so long, and I was like, I want to be a part of this from like a production standpoint. So I started casting just because I have a little bit of an acting background, so that seemed like a natural next step into that. So I was able to cast the World's Viewing Party that took place in Orange County. MSI had sort of a booth set up where people could.
I wish I went to that one.
It
I
was
wish I went to that one.
So cool. I mean, there were like 1,800 fans in this old
I went to the
hangar,
LA one, and I was like, no lie, like, don't get me wrong, the venue was awesome, but I was fucking miserable that day.
What?
Right.
I can't remember what it was. I was just surrounded by people that I just did not like.
I was a special guest at the UCI one, so it was really fun for me. I got to like go on stage.
So
and,
we
like,
literally went to all the three.
We went to all three like
ambassadors.
SoCal.
I hated mine.
I had so much fun. I got
Please tell. Okay, but please tell me
How
about.
was it casting? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it was a blast. I had sort of casted on my own, like in front of my computer, but they were basically like, here's an MSI shirt, here's a mic, make these games fun. And so just for like 4 hours before the games, we were just like shoutcasting, and it was awesome.
That's so cool.
So yeah, and like I loved it. And so I just, I had started to cast more sort of smaller tournaments and stuff for colleges. And I was like, I need to do other things. So I just started writing articles for Gold Per 10 and going to LCS whenever I could. And I spoke to some of the rioters there, and they're like, hey, like, I would say like, hey, make sure you check out my work, and they did, and they were like, this is great. Like if you want to come on and freelance, like send us a pitch and stuff. So yeah, I mean, in terms of suggestions about pursuing it, I just say if you have a passion, and this sort of goes for anything like beyond esports. If you have a passion, don't just like enjoy it. Don't be selfish with it. Like help express it and like bring it to other people. So that's
share the love.
Pretty much the most general and best advice I could get. Yeah, exactly. Share the love.
Okay, so one of the most amazing article that I've read actually off of lolesports, and the reason why I wanted you to come on the show, presence on the Rift. It was kind of this similarity of, I personally love the contextual information, stories behind players and organizations coming into the esports scene, but what's most powerful there is the strategy behind of how famous a player can be and bring to the game. Like you've actually gone over that in your article. One of them being Bjergsen. Right.
Well, so I mean, there's an interesting sort of balance between fame and sports celebrities. So, I mean, Bjergsen's definitely someone who is a famous athlete now in esports, especially North America. And it doesn't always transition into, in-game presence. So, I mean, think of, I guess Dennis Rodman would be a really good example of someone who, like, back in the day, he was really famous. And you could argue he had some sort of presence on the court, but it wasn't like Michael or LeBron is right now. Mm-hmm. And that's really the presence that I kind of wanted to analyze because, I mean, and I think of like Lionel Messi in soccer. Entire defenses are crafted around him. And it's incredible. I mean, like, whereas most of the time in soccer you'd have the defense kind of reacting, whether by man or in zone, to where the ball is. When you watch the teams in the World Cup play Argentina, they were like, we don't care where the ball is. We're watching this one dude and just covering him. Yeah, so like that amount of presence. And so, and the reason I have to give credit to Jat, because he sort of exposed, I guess is not really a word.
Yeah, he brought it up during a game pause.
In a game. And you could tell he kind of had it in his back pocket as something he had kind of been mulling over and talking to other people about, is what his presence look like on the Rift. And he used Bjergsen as a pristine example. So,
I think one of the key moments, I was watching a mic check, and I can't remember when it was, but it was a long time ago, and it was like this top lane second tier turret dive or something ridiculous where CLG versus TSM, and all they said, I remember they're calling out the shots of, oh yeah, we're gonna hit this certain champion. I don't know the specific champions here. I'll give an example. It was like Maokai. They're calling each, and then as soon as Doublelift comes into the frame, they say his name.
Yeah, that's a huge thing in Ultra.
Of the champion. For me, that's I'm looking for the name as a regular player, but for a pro, it's we have
that's
to.
That's a person we need to focus on. Yeah, they do that a lot. I've also saw that.
And they do that subconsciously. Mm-hmm. Because most of them, and Doublelift has even said, in game he's not focused on the player, he's focused on the champion. So he'll always say Ari, or Janna, whatever it is. But yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. I mean, it was Maokai, rumble, double, and then all of TSM says double about 100 times in the span of 5 seconds. I mean, it's just hilarious.
They're all the seagulls popping up, and they're just
double. Yeah. But I mean, and it does. It shows you the amount of presence. And so I think I may have mentioned it in the article. But so for that example, yeah, you could say any AD carry is going to draw that much attention as soon as they're vulnerable in a fight. But I mean, just looking over that mic check revealed so much, because it wasn't just he's available and let's focus him. It was just this absolute instant unanimous focus on him, and just the chance of double, you were like, this person has been in the back of their mind. So even during all the crazy micro action that's going on in a team fight, their awareness of where Doublelift is outside the fight is heightened than it would be to any other AD carry.
Yeah.
So
I know that you've tackled. Well, I hate to spoil it for any viewer that doesn't read the article, but you do tackle like Bjergsen and how he already spirit rushes in, and everyone focuses them, and then they do a mistake of like tunneling on a a particular player. I hate to like take this off of of the higher tier player of like it's heavier weight on them, but it tunnels their vision on we're gonna do this, and then the entire 4 members just all pile on top of like Bjergsen, and then they realize that they've got a Jinx ult and a Sion ult rushed right on them, and they get crushed. I think it was like Team Impulse or anything like that.
Yeah.
So
I think,
here's another question. Are there any other players, I know that there are, but what are some players for you guys that kind of do this for you, or that could be possibly a popular player in a specific region that has created presence in their, I know Faker is obviously one of them.
Forgiven.
God-given?
Yeah, God-given.
I would definitely say Forgiven. I mean, you're going against a guy. Like, imagine being on an enemy team at any point after he's gone how many games without dying a single time. You're like, I'm going to be the guy that kills Forgiven first this game. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's got to be in someone's head somewhere. So that's what I would say. I think they say his name.
Forgiven. And then also one that the most interesting thing for me when I was sort of researching this was, you have your carries, which are always going to have a lot of presence, some more than others. So Bjergsen, Double Lift, God-given, all like have crazy presence. But I don't think presence is necessarily limited to the carry role. And so I think Afromu. I mean, I know we're sticking in NA again, but the amount of presence he has is just like crazy. And you were talking about the mic checks. You hear him during the fights. He is deciding everything. I mean, he is in charge of the whole show.
Yeah.
Like, I mean, it's just kind of crazy to watch him have that much presence from the support role too.
I think he's a very, very special player, as in he's like that one guy that I think I talked about this in a previous episode about he's a puzzle piece in a team environment that just kind of morphs to whatever that is needed. Yeah. And
the perfect player.
Yeah, right? When you were talking about that mic check, I was watching that too, and like everything's silent, and he's the only one. He's micromanaging like everything on the map, and it blows my mind about how much information he's able to take in, and especially like when I'm watching a stream, he's like playing ridiculous games, like impossible games that I'm like, how do you even comprehend all these things? I question it. I'm like, do you have a Zoom hack going on? And you can watch everything going. Yeah. But yeah, I think the presence from the champion and player's perspective is like huge and determines a lot of the game coming into like all League of Legends esports. So, like, I'm pretty sure that happens in a whole bunch of other esports, not team ones, I guess, right? StarCraft is not that too big. But enough about that. Your article about Lissandra and how much she has a ridiculous win rate in North America and not so much in the other regions, not so much picked in EU. I don't know why. I feel like she's the perfect AP mage, Phil.
Tons of damage.
Tons of damage, right?
Tons of CC.
From an AP mage, please explain why Lissandra is this ice queen to be reckoned with.
Well, I mean, really what it boiled down to was everyone was like, well, in North America, we love dive comps and we love team fighting, and she's the best at it. So if you have Lissandra, you're going to win the dive battle. And that's pretty much what it boiled down to, which is why her win rate, it was bizarre because you look at it and it's like, I think it was 16-2. That's crazy with 50 bans compared to the other regions where it was like hovering around 50, on either side. So yeah, I think it just we're a brawly region, pretty much.
Like her kit itself is almost perfect for a flex pick. You have they're all AoE abilities. They can hit multiple targets. She throws out her Q. The mana cost on her passive. What is it?
It's every like 16 seconds or something.
No, it's like every 4th ability, right? Or
no, it's after a certain amount of seconds.
It's a certain amount of time. This is how much I know about the game.
I play her actually on my mains.
And it has a CC, I guess a built-in Zanya's and also a lockdown with the Frozen Tomb on any target you choose. For it to be a AP mage in the middle, she's great at just bursting a target.
Very aggressive.
Yeah, and when it comes to top lane, she's a force to be reckoned with there because she runs the TP, and it's like TP home guards like run into a fight and just like
Yeah.
I don't know if is she
That's
broken?
okay.
Are we expecting a nerf soon?
How long will we see her?
I mean, a nerf. The thing is, so I mean, yeah, she has a crazy win rate in NA, but she's pretty, run of the mill in other regions. She'll probably receive, I'm guessing, it's some sort of damage nerf, just because, like you mentioned, all of her abilities are AOE and do damage, all of them. So
That's how I felt about Braum. Like certain champions kits are just ridiculous.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much damage you take away from, let's say you do take away damage from Lissandra. I feel like she'll still be a viable top laner.
Speaking of which, I mean, we have champions like Diana that used to be so, one of my favorite champions in the game. What used to be super.
And you have to put infriends on that. What are your favorite
Yes,
champions?
because no, this is why. I continue to main her. She's one of my main champions, and everyone was like, "Oh, she's trash after her nerf. She's trash after her nerf." Oh, that's interesting. IEM.
Yeah.
She's great, and
Is
it's her kit. You can nerf her.
Is it because she's part of the moon?
Yeah, I was gonna say she's the lunar goddess.
It was like I was new, and I was like, "Oh, it's a moon champion," and then I was like, "She's amazing. She's really good." So yeah, I played her, and then now everyone's playing her because no matter what you do to a champion with a good kit, and I personally think she has a good kit, they're going to be able to be useful in some sort of team comp somewhere. Lissandra has that kind of kit.
Well, I don't think that they're always going to be useful. I think what it does is it makes them really hard to balance if they have a very good kit, because it's sort of like Elise. I mean, she's kind of been nerfed into the ground just because her kit is so difficult to balance. She has so much utility that it's like, if it's just slightly over, it's like she's OP. But then you try to scale her back, and now nobody's playing her.
Speaking of team comps, you're really good at analyzing the game and obviously picks and bans, champs, but we're going to play a little game today.
And how the game works is we're going to show you team comps from blue side and red side, and you have to show us which team you think came out victorious.
Yeah, all these games are very memorable historical moments in League of Legends history, so I would like to test your knowledge on the champs and bans and see choosing 50-50 who wins. If you guess more than half right, then a lucky viewer who likes, comments, subscribes out there is going to win a mouse pad from HyperX.
And if I don't, they won't get one?
They won't get one. So the viewers are going to either be mad or happy with you.
Yeah.
I'm going to help you out a little bit as much as I can.
Good.
Right.
Yeah.
So you can share the blame then.
Yeah, it'll be also my fault.
So we have these guys on blue and red side, and you have 20 seconds.
20. Okay.
Yeah.
So you could make your little analysis first. And I'll say what I have to say.
Well, okay. So the embarrassing thing is, first thing I was like, splash arts. These splash arts all look really.
Oh my god.
All look relatively recent. Elise Jungle. It feels season 3.
It feels season 3. We don't see.
For sure.
We don't see Elise.
Rise, and then also, I mean.
Okay, so what I'm looking at here, exactly, and Kill. So what I'm looking at here is I feel like this is blue side. Or
Yeah, the
okay.
left is
Blue
blue
side.
side.
Yeah,
and
okay.
the
Blue
right
side,
side.
you see like a ton of CC. Like we have Rise, Elise, Morgana, and Ari. Like that's a lot, and even Jinx has a lot of CC.
It's a lockdown comp.
Yeah, it's a lockdown comp. But on the other side, you see a team that just tears through people. I mean, Kale in her prime tears through people. Kha'Zix in his prime tearing through people.
Verdict.
Verdict. I'm gonna have to say the team on the left.
Team on the left?
Okay, yeah.
All right, and the reveal, Kaboom versus Alliance.
Of course! Of course!
Kaboom versus Alliance.
Season
Kaboom takes
3E.
You're right, too.
Season 4, Kaboom takes it off of Alliance, so congratulations. You get 1 point.
Maybe that's how they
One
do
point.
it.
High five, we're doing
Got a
good.
point.
All right, yeah. All right, so this one, this is fairly recent too. As well,
Sindra
I guess,
Cogno?
right?
Yeah.
Sindra Cogno Elise?
I'll let you know. I'll give you a hint for this one. It is season 4.
Okay.
Okay.
And these bands, Irelia, Yasuo, Zillion, I guess they were OP at that
Loss
time.
of ban.
Yeah. And there's a loss of a ban.
That's actually like a hint. Wasn't there a time when one of the players in the game, like, this is season 4?
Yeah.
Okay.
This tests
there was a
knowledge,
game. I don't remember who it was.
History and
he talked during
the pause, the game before.
Which one was that?
I don't remember.
Dang it! But you know what I'm talking about.
I know exactly
no,
what you're talking about.
Okay. Would we have remembered if it was hype that they won? Okay.
All right, verdicts, guys.
You want to give them the? I don't know. It's on you.
It's on me.
I'm scared. Okay.
I'm gonna go with purple side.
Purple side.
Give them the benefit
Purple
of
side.
the doubt.
Fnatic versus OMG, the one hit away Nexus. OMG does win. So another point to Wints. All right, next. This is a little bit different.
Whoa,
all right.
what the heck?
So,
What?
all right. I will
Okay, so
tell
is
you.
this season 3, 2?
I can't really.
Three?
I think it's 2.
Okay.
Didn't they change the
I
bottom
will tell
like
you
halfway
that
through 3?
the summoners aren't really like don't rely on the summoners
Oh, well,
at
yes,
all.
they haven't.
But yeah, it's the screen's a little bit smaller. Obviously, the screenshot has been taken from
Olaf.
a kind of older
Cho'Gath.
game. Yeah.
Olaf. Cho'Gath.
I mean, Malphite was the first ban.
Okay.
Is this bronze? Maybe this is just a bronze.
Maybe
Shen.
this is a bronze game.
Shen got banned.
Bronzodia was banned, maybe? Yeah,
Ram
Bronzodia.
is.
Bronzodia is banned. Look, Malphite, Amumu, and Shen. And Rammus is in play. There's a cleanse.
I don't know how to.
I think
think-
that's a cleanse on.
There's two cleanses.
They haven't traded.
There's
They
two
haven't
cleanses.
traded, just so you know.
But still, that player just wants that summoner.
Yes.
Oh, so it's probably like a mid or top cop.
Oh wow.
Is it Rammus jungle? I'm assuming.
No, yeah, I don't think Rammus could like.
Maybe.
Oh,
maybe
Rammus
not.
top.
All right. Time's up. What's
Okay.
the verdict, guys?
I really like the comp on the right.
Comp on the right?
Yeah.
All right. We're going to reveal.
Okay.
And SK versus Fnatic. The the infamous but famous XPK backdoor
Yeah.
at IEM.
Yeah.
Katowice.
Oh my god.
Why are you so
Oh my
good?
God.
You're 3
I am
for
really
three.
good
Why
at
are
this.
you
Why
so
am I
good
so
at
good at this?
All right, so
The cast.
we have.
What is that?
Yeah. Oh, this
Who
could
is
tell
that?
a lot. that's
What are these
that's a
champions?
Malzahar up top,
This is
and
before I
that's
pitched.
Brand,
Bottom right.
and is that a
Talon?
Corki? That's a Corki. No, wait. Yeah, that's
Yeah,
a
it
Corki.
looks like a Corki.
That's a Corki.
Rammus.
Rammus.
Dude,
Uh,
that quirky
What's the
stash.
bottom?
Yeah,
Who's
right.
the bottom?
Janna. That's Janna.
Oh, what the? She's had what? Oh my gosh, this is before my time. I think I was still in the crib.
And we have Jarvan, Ashe. That Ashe.
That
Oh, it's
Ash.
Ash. Oh my god, that's actually pretty. Looks creepy.
Yeah.
Anivia. I love Anivia. I really. Okay, I think.
So I'm seeing the Aurelia. So it's back in the day when it was like
Which-
better
okay.
nerf Aurelia.
Even
Which
though that Irelia has hadn't been nerfed in like
Yeah,
2 years or
it's
something.
just a
ridiculous.
giant PR stunt from Aurelia players. I love that. Credit to Ogwen there for figuring that out.
What's the verdict?
Wait, who's the second player on the left?
Brand?
Brand?
Yes, that's Brand.
Fire against ice in the mid lane.
You don't even know if it's mid lane because
Do you
there's a
think that
Malzahar.
Nivea could play?
I'm gonna
oh.
go. I'm gonna go with the team on the right.
I was
Team
gonna
on the
say.
right?
I was gonna say team on the right
Team on
as
the
well.
right?
I think that.
Bang. Fnatic versus Against All
Look at
Authority
Freak.
Season 1 World Championships. Expected in the top lane. We got Slushi in the mid. Yeah. So incorrect.
3 for 1.
So 3 for 1.
3 for 1 isn't that bad.
Not bad.
I like that team comp so
Viewers
much
are
better.
angry right
Wait,
now.
do they get a mouse pad?
They get a mouse pad if you get around like 4 or 5. I don't know the number. It's more than half.
We're
keep
almost
going.
there,
We
guys.
keep
Oh my
going.
gosh, there's more.
All right, so
Another.
we have Yorick, Shyvana, Gragas,
Shyvana.
Kog'Maw, Nunu against that Nidalee splash.
That Nidalee splash is just Nidalee's head.
Yeah,
That's
Mundo,
fantastic.
Anivia, Ezreal, and Sona. And the bans are Maokai, Blitzcrank, Jace, Lee Sin, Evelyn, and Orianna.
I feel like this is like late season 2.
I think Yorick's OP. So.
You think Yorick's OP?
Yeah, he's really strong. Well, if you play him cheesy.
Jungle Shyvana.
And Jungle Shyvana was really strong.
I mean, that team fight though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like yeah, no, it's.
And this is when Gragas could like 100 to 0.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So.
But Nidalee and her old spears. That could.
It was pretty.
True
That is
that.
a pretty pokey.
Yeah, and with the Ezreal or Mundo also like just doesn't die channel with the disengage. It's like.
I think you're right though. I think Yorick OP.
what is the
I think Yorick OP.
verdict?
I'm gonna go with the left
Left.
side.
Left. Moscow Vive versus Taipei Assassins. Incorrect. guys.
Oh my god, are you
Correct. Taipei
serious?
Assassins wins.
Freaking
poke comp.
scrubs. I'm just kidding. But
Yeah.
he's so strong though. How did that even happen?
All right, next up we
Sorry.
have
I failed us.
It's okay. I
Yeah.
thought that one too.
Jack, Zyra, Corki, Gragas, Jarvan versus Sona, Caitlyn, Lee Sin, Kennen, and a Fizz. I will tell you that they haven't traded yet.
Right.
I know that.
So Caitlin's not jungle.
Obviously, Caitlin's not jungle.
Wow, sad day.
I wish. Bans are, I guess, Renekton, Annie, Zed, Orianna, Shen, and Vi. Kind of, I'll let you know. Here, I'll give you a hint. It's Season 3.
Season 3.
Season 3.
It's Season 3 World Championships, isn't it?
I don't know.
I think it is.
If it
I can
was,
see Uzi playing that,
left or
Caitlyn.
left or right.
And plus the Orianna ban.
Yeah.
Renekton banned against Impact, so he picks up the Jax. I'm gonna have to go with the team on the left.
Team on the left?
Team on the left.
All right. You were right.
Oh my gosh,
SKT
look at
is
you.
already 2-0. The Zed bands out
Yeah.
there. They do win.
Yeah. Oh yeah. 'Cause
Spoiler alert,
he
they
played
do win.
Spoiler alert, guys. they
Piglet's
win.
Prime.
Yeah.
Tabe's just crying.
Liking that vibe ban. I forgot about that though.
All right, so we're like, what, 4-2?
Okay,
We're winning. We have Elise, Nocturne, Zed, Urgot, Janna versus Akarthus, Cho, Sona, Varus, and Kennen.
And they haven't traded yet. Okay. Right.
They have not traded yet.
Okay. Yeah. Elise.
Forgot.
Yeah.
What do you
Wait. Why? Wait. Nocturne and Elise on the same.
I mean,
Elise
remember,
team?
these are memorable moments in League history. Who would play an Urgot? That's my hint.
League history.
League history. Who is infamous for playing Urgot?
I actually.
No.
I don't know
Really?
anyone
You
who's.
guys don't know that?
No.
Infamous Urgot player.
I watched.
Who? Okay,
player
if you had to
Urgot
pick,
yesterday.
okay, obviously he's an AD carry.
Yes.
If you had to choose any AD carry out there,
Even if I get this,
Region?
I'm still not gonna know who wins. Double?
Region, what region? I was gonna say double lifts.
is it?
I
don't know. Well, I
would
mean, if
say,
I said yes
because
or no,
he's so like, I could see it. Which region?
which region
is this?
Okay,
I think it's NA. Well, the
Yeah, I-
Karthus, I feel like that's old school Reggie, maybe.
I'm
Maybe.
gonna sneeze.
who wins, red or blue?
You pick this
Blue
one.
or red? Red
Sorry.
or blue?
I can't
Blue,
do this
red,
one.
red,
Which
blue.
one?
I have no clue.
Verdict.
I
Does the Urgot win? I guess.
I think
That's the question.
right.
Is that your
I
final
don't
side?
know.
You're
Yeah,
letting
yeah,
you're
I'm
letting
going-
her do it.
I'm
That
going-
you're going with the right
Yeah.
side.
Right side.
Boom. Incorrect. CLG.
I was
versus
right
TSM.
there! It was doubling.
COG versus TSM at MOG Anaheim. They won with a backdoor Elise, taking down 3 inhibs, and Niantanso with the Elise triple kills the entire team of TSM. So,
Nien! Alright.
all right. So this one's
I'm never guessing again.
a Blitzkrieg, Olaf, TF, Caitlyn, and a Heimerdinger versus a Shen, Cho'Gath, Kha'Zix, Ezreal, and Sona. Ezreal and Sona, very popular.
This is a
throughout the
really
metas.
hard game.
But
This is a really
this
hard
one,
game.
they have swapped. I will let you know they have swapped, and their summoners are the summoners that they did.
Are you
go in.
serious?
That is a jungle Heimerdinger. That is a jungle Heimerdinger. It's actually my favorite game of all time.
You showed this to me.
Okay, well then
made
get
it.
it right.
Whoa.
Okay, was it a Chinese team? Was it like the fat? You showed me this.
Well,
it was like.
if I showed you it.
You showed me
already
this
know.
so long ago. Oh my god. No, they win.
Who wins?
The Heimerdinger.
The jungle Heimerdinger?
Yeah.
Is that what we're going
Yeah,
with?
that's what we're
That's
going
what
with.
we're going with?
Am I right?
Yes.
I knew
Jungle
it. I remember
Heimerdinger
it.
does
Got
win.
you.
That's
GSG.
awesome.
That.
Are they Chinese?
No, it's a Korean team.
Ah,
it's
dang
for the
it. Okay, I
NLG
was-
finals.
Okay, yeah.
Interesting fact, that is the same Pumandu that goes on to join SKT and win Season 3 World Championships.
Nice.
He comes up with this idea, this crazy idea. Level 1, Heimerdinger with his team just barrel down mid.
Yep. Oh yeah.
Level 1,
yeah.
they all
and they
barrel
get
down
like 2
mid
turrets.
and they win. They win before 20 minutes.
It's like one of the fastest games, right?
Yes.
See, I remembered that. Got you.
Nice. Good job.
All right, so we have
Alright, I'm
here
out of
Lulu,
commission.
Shogat, Orianna, Graves, Diana on right
Wait,
side.
what's this? We're 5-2?
Yeah,
5-2.
Yeah.
you guys already. I think you guys already won.
I think we already won.
You're already there, but we're going to continue going.
Ow.
We're going to continue going. Improve that win rate. Shen, Nunu, Ezreal, Jace, and Lux.
Whoa, Lux.
That's Lux?
That's the Lux.
What
That's the
the
splash
heck?
art. That's the Lux. I mean, take a look at the bands too.
Diana.
Look at that silver
Pre-nerf.
splash too.
Yeah. I remember that. Yeah.
This is a throwback.
Wait,
Those are
Diane. Wait, Orianna and Diana on the same team though. Where did
Yeah.
she? Oh, top Diana.
Jungle guy?
Oh, this
Top
is
Diana.
that's top Diana,
Yeah.
Lulu support.
Okay, so it's Jungle Show.
I will give you a hint. I do believe that they take 3 teleports. in
3
this game.
teleports?
So the summoners are incorrect. They take 3 teleports in this game. Verdict, guys?
3 teleports versus what, 1 Shen?
Yeah, I know, right? That seems like they would just run off.
I will let you know it is a backdoor.
Okay, right. Diana
Backdoor
pushes
win.
hard as
It's a
crap.
backdoor win.
Diana, okay.
I think we have to go with the team on the right. The Diana's a sign.
I think
Is
so.
it Moon, the sign?
The
I
sign.
think so.
You're gonna go with the Moon?
Yeah.
The moon
The
sign.
moon?
Yeah.
The
Moon.
You are correct. It is
Yeah.
win, double
Stick
lift,
to your guns.
boy, and the entire team just backdoor, bottom against a
Yeah.
Shen. Shen can't do anything. 3 just wins it. Yay! Congratulations, Wints. You just won a free mouse pad for our viewers that like, comment, subscribe.
Thank you so much, Wints, for joining us today. Do you have any shout-outs or plugins?
Yeah, if you want to follow me on Twitter, at Wints, WINTS_22. And make sure you check out my articles that I wrote on lolesports.com, and be sure to sort of do some exploring while you're there. There's a lot of really good content, so check it out.
Yeah, don't forget that, guys. Thank you so much, HyperX.
Yeah, thanks so much, SK Gaming. Other than that, this is your weekly dose of esports. This is Rant. Till next time, guys.
Peace out.